So I guess what I've learned over the years that makes the best ceremony, after being a part of them for about 8 years now, is what's most important is that we're representing who you are every day. And it's not like a separate version of you is being put on display in front of everyone who knows you best. Because that's not going to help you to relax and take in the moment and enjoy it and hopefully have a bit of a laugh and, you know, engage with your partner and engage with your guests who are there with you. Because what I've come to understand is it doesn't matter how much time we spend together in the lead up, really understanding what matters to you and what your life's about and how you interact and getting your turn of phrase and your sense of humor so it feels just like you. Like, we know we've got all the ingredients there. But if you're stiff, nervous and awkward up the front, your guests won't make a sound because they won't know if it's okay to interact with us. And we want them to feel like they're a part of a moment in your life, not like they're watching something happen in front of them that they're separate from. And that's really the key to creating a great atmosphere. So obviously all of the preparation we do in the lead up is really important in terms of you having as much ownership and creating something that you feel really proud of, that gives you the best opportunity to stand up there relaxed and enjoying it, because obviously, you know, that nervous, excited energy is inevitable. Most people aren't used to centering themselves in that way. It feels like a lot. But if you're really comfortable and you've enjoyed the lead up, that's going to give you the best chance to stand up there having a good time. And like we said, the two key things that we need to do is all that preparation is really important. That helps you to be present in the moment. I've got an amazing script in front of me, but we have to let it be a real life moment. So if I'm reading something and I don't know, your dog barks or your niece is like going off in the front row, we don't pretend that's not happening and keep reading because everyone's inevitably distracted by that anyway. So we want to interact with what's happening, kind of bring light to it, help the person who's trying to control the situation relax. And it just feels real and like everyone's a part of a moment in your life with you. Depending on you and your context and your community, a little bit of interaction between your guests and us makes for the best situation. So inevitably, you know, you might say something about your dynamic and maybe a parent in the front row or a close friend has a little bit of something they'd like to add and they yell it out. And what happens then is everyone who heard it has a little giggle, and those people who are standing up the back, they missed it and they're feeling left out of the space. So again, we don't want to just keep reading and pretend that real life brilliance didn't happen. We want to interact with it, relay what was said over the microphone so everyone gets invited back into the space, and let it go back and forth a little bit. You know, like if we've said something about your relationship and you have something extra you want to add in the moment, again, it's brilliant. It just has everyone going, oh gosh, this is the best. I'm so glad to be a part of this moment in their life. I feel really privileged to be one of the few people that's been invited to be here. How good is life? How good is love? How good is it to be in a big group and at a wedding after the last few years? I'm really excited. I can't wait to celebrate. And that buzz is building. So by the time the ceremony's over, everyone can't wait to give you a hug. They're feeling really open and more connected to everyone in that environment. So what we're trying to do is we want to create a situation where everyone feels like they're a part of this amazing moment in your life and they feel happy to be there. So by the time the ceremony's over, everyone's kind of buzzing and up here and it just kind of stays there for the rest of the day. So rather than the ceremony being that thing that doesn't really feel like you, that you're kind of just waiting for it to be over before the bar opens and then the vibe can start building. And you know, what happens then is slowly throughout the night, it starts to peak and like 10 p.m. on the dance floor, you're like, this is the best. I don't want it to end, but the night's nearly over. So we want to kind of create that sense of excitement and connection as early in the day as we possibly can. And the ceremonies are a really important part of that because you've got people from so many different parts of your life there with you, and they don't necessarily have a lot of starting points. So a really good ceremony creates that like sense of excitement to have been there and been a part of it with you, that openness to talking to new people. And you know, if they are in the bar line, they'll have a chat with someone, but you know, if they're feeling a bit shy to start sharing details of their own life yet, they talk a lot about what we share in the ceremony. It's a way to get the conversation flowing before they start sharing more about themselves. So it's like a really key part of creating that openness to engage with other people and giving people a starting point to do that from.